Well, hello everyone. God bless you. This is the Superintendent G.L. Kenebrew, Senior Pastor of the Hillside Tabernacle, City of Faith, Church of God in Christ. What a wonderful privilege and opportunity it is to come before you. I'm coming to you live from my office space at PCS Family Services Pomona. PCS Family Services, for those of you who don't know, we've been talking about doing great ministry in the city of Altadena, Pasadena, and we're going to have our official launch for PCS September the 7th at 10 o'clock a.m. to 12 o'clock p.m. And we're going to invite all of you out, as many of you that can and as many of you that's willing to come out for that PCS Programs of Hope serving the community. And we're going to have Bishop Select Ivory Brown. He's going to be joining us in a moment. And for those of you who don't know about PCS Family Services was established in 1981 in the city of Pomona, California. And since its inception, PCS has provided reentry support, youth diversion, restorative justice, and general support for the vulnerable communities of Los Angeles, San Bernardino, and Riverside counties. And I am so excited and delighted to be the site coordinator for the Altadena site for PCS. And what an exciting time and an exciting opportunity it is for us to be a part of this great company. And we offer children and youth services, family support services, health and wellness, and reentry services. And so I'm just looking forward with great anticipation for, oh, there he is. Looking forward with great anticipation. I want to introduce some of you, and to some, and present to others, Bishop Designate, Bishop Select. Let me say it like that, Bishop Select Ivory Brown, who is doing a tremendous job. He is our CEO. And Bishop Brown, I'm glad to have you on Lunch with the Lord with us.
God bless you. Good to be here, Pastor Kenebrew.
Bishop, I want you to know that we appreciate you allowing the Altadena branch to open and this wonderful ministry that you have to be provided right at Hillside Tabernacle and blessing the Altadena, Pasadena area. And will you share with us a little bit about the foundation of PCS and where we are?
Well, PCS Family Services actually was started by Mother, Mother Gertie M. Brown. She was working for the state of California at that time, and she decided to retire early to go into ministry with my dad, who was pastoring in Pomona. And so over the years, she would have different activities, different events. She had worked for the Department of Public Social Services, so she wanted to continue to service the community. So we started with just Christmas giveaways, clothing, food giveaways, and over the years we've been able to expand into those three specific areas of service: at-risk children and youth, at-risk families, and for those who are justice involved. And so the Lord has blessed us. We're funded through all three counties that you mentioned: LA County, San Bernardino County, Riverside County. We have funding through the state, and we've been able to be a blessing. I always look at this as a ministry first. Folks have to get paid, my staff have to get paid, but it's ministry. And so we're so grateful that as God gave us the vision, it was to reach out to those who were pastoring, who also had the vision of ministry, and to be able to provide a vehicle for you as well.
Well, Bishop, I certainly am proud of what you've been able to accomplish here in Pomona, and we are duplicating that in the city of Altadena. But tomorrow, there's going to be a great impact that you're going to make in the city of Pomona and the surrounding areas, and that's the backpack giveaway. Can you shed some light on that you're going to be doing with the backpack giveaway?
So specifically in the city of Pomona, we have an annual back to school giveaway. And so we'll partner with different partners, different agents. And so tomorrow will be our annual backpack giveaway. My understanding that they're going to, besides the backpack, all of the supplies go along with those. There'll be free haircuts, free food, different activities and events that'll be going on. We'll have different community partners here as well. We may have some of the elected officials here as well. And we're looking to service around 600 kids tomorrow.
Wow, wow, wow. What a wonderful impact that's going to be. And I'm sure that they're going to have more than enough. If you're in the city of Pomona or surrounding areas, you are invited to come to that event. Bishop, can you give the address of where the event will take place and what time it will take place?
I believe, well, I'm going to tell you, I don't remember exactly, but I know the earlier you get here, the better it's going to be because it's going to be packed. We've done it in the past. We've held it over at the food districts and actually ran out of supplies over 600 and had to give rain tickets. So I would say try to get here as soon as you can. I believe it's going to start around 10 or 11, and it's going to be a blessing. You're going to have a lot of fun. The kids are going to enjoy themselves as well. And I do want to mention, besides Altadena being our most current site, we also have sites in Long Beach, Los Angeles, Moreno Valley, San Bernardino, as well as Pomona being headquarters, and now in Altadena.
Amen. Altadena, Pasadena. We're taking the whole thing. So if you're in Pasadena, we want you to know that we still have services available for you. Now, one of the things that we've launched in the Altadena area, which was one of our first initiatives, was the expungement clinic. Can you speak to us a little bit more concerning the expungement clinic, how that functions and how that operates for those that will be in our area? They may possibly benefit from that or know someone who could benefit from that.
So those who may be justice involved, we have different programs. We actually have a pre-release programs where we're going out into the prisons, providing pre-release services. We also have services for those, as we say, who've been justice involved. We partner with the LA County Public Defender's Office. And if you have a case that you would like to get expunged, give us a call, and then we can set up having an appointment at any of the different sites that we're at. And what will take place is that the public defender will walk you through everything. So at some expungements, they tell you, here's the paperwork. You got to go back to court and all that. But if you come to our expungement programs, wherever they may be, that then we'll walk you all the way through it, and you will be satisfied with the results.
All right. And another one of the programs that we'll be launching at the Altadena location is the Ready for Work Reentry Program. And specifically, I'm working with the Women with Children program. Can you give us an idea of what the Women with Children program is, how that works, as well as the job readiness workshop, which we will be doing at the Altadena branch?
So as we say that we have the three different components, and in the justice involved component, we call it Ready for Work. So many individuals, when they're released or when they're out, they do not have a job. They do not have the skill to get a job. They do not have the aptitude necessary to keep a job.
Mhm.
And so what we provide with the job readiness workshop is a world of work experience. So what happens when you're not feeling that good, but the boss comes in and they're not feeling that good? We don't want you taking them go out into the parking lot and have a confrontation. You have to learn and understand people. You have to understand that you want to keep that job until you find another job. So the job readiness workshop will prepare you for that. We have many workforce development training. We train with CNAs. We train with peer support specialists. We train in construction. So there's different job trainings that you can get. We also send folks over to whether they want a job in security, whether they want a job in a warehouse. All that training component takes place, but you have to learn how to keep the job. You have to learn how to budget in order to get to the job. So all of it ties together, and that we offer that to those who are interested and really ready to make a change in their lives.
Awesome. That is so awesome. And I do have the information for the backpack giveaway. It's going to be at 280 North Main Street, Pomona, California, 91768. And it's going to be from 12 p.m. until 4 p.m. And as Bishop said, it's first come, first serve. We're going to be giving away backpacks, school supplies. There'll be free haircuts, ice cream, diapers, tap cards, raffles, games, and more. So you want to be one of the first in line, ready to receive that. If you're in the Pomona area, that's definitely something that you want to put yourself in position to do and to receive. Bishop, can you give us a little bit more about the family support component of PCS? Of course, I'm excited about bringing this to the Altadena, Pasadena region and duplicating in Pasadena, Altadena, what you have been able to successfully do in Pomona, in Los Angeles, in Long Beach, in Riverside, and in San Bernardino. There's this thing that we do with the family support component, which is called baby to baby distribution, and then effective Black parenting. Can you shed some light on those two components?
Well, actually, and as you said, it's our desire to see all the programs duplicated, replicated at the various sites. So, as we say, we're anxious to get Altadena up and running. And so, for our family support programs, we provide parenting, we provide anger management, we also provide support for caregivers of foster children. So many times the caregiver has a need. And if we know about the need, we can go through and secure, whether it's a washing machine, whether it's beds or furniture. So a lot of times people don't recognize that they can get these services. We have a program called Every Child Matters, and
Yes.
these are especially for the church. The church has members who have needs. If we're told about those needs, we can provide those things through another program that we support. So there's a lot of different programs out there for families. Um, where do at-risk children come from? They come from at-risk families.
That's right.
Most of the grants that we have, most of the funding that we receive, they ask us to speak to deal with a certain population and their family,
Yes,
and that's
sir.
key, because you need to deal with the family unit in order for that child who's at risk to not be at risk. We also work with school districts. We get school-based referrals. We have academic mentoring, so that if the child has an academic deficiency, that they can be in that program. All our programs are free, and it's. I just think when opportunities like this come up, especially in the body of Christ, we ought to have a desire to find more about that information. We
Amen.
are spreading. We are looking to go into other cities, other communities, so that these services can be provided to those communities, to those different individuals.
Awesome. Bishop, there's another thing that's near and dear to your heart, and I really want to speak to this before we get out of here, and that is Project Fresh Start. Now, this initiative and this program is one of the most effective programs for changing lives, touching hearts, and restoring hope. Uh, one of the key components of that program is literally putting students in an environment where they can change, they can shift, and turn around some behavioral issues, such as truancy, outbursts in the classroom, fighting, and various things. Can you give us a little bit of information on Project Fresh Start? And then maybe there's someone out there who would like to donate and be a part of helping turn around a child's life. And we'll talk to them. They can give us a call at PCS, and we can help direct them if they would like to sponsor a child in this particular program.
So Project Fresh Start, I actually had a superintendent of one of the public schools approach me and say, Pastor Brown, we got a problem. Our kids are using the N-word. We're getting pressure to have zero tolerance. And so what are we going to do? He says, we also got a problem with kids vaping. And so the traditional thing is to suspend them. Most of the kids say thank you when they get suspended. And so we came in and we said, here's what we can do. We can provide prevention and intervention. So those children who have a substance use disorder issue, we go in and we use a licensed marriage family therapist or a licensed certified case manager or clinical social worker to go in to do the counseling, to look at putting them in a substance use disorder program as well. And so when the kid passes that program, so they haven't lost any time, they've stayed in school, it's not on their record. And what we found this past school year, we were focused primarily on the middle schools. And we had the principals writing letters of support regarding our program to the district, saying, give us additional, increase our funding so we could service more kids. We had the parents and we had the students. So it's an effective program in order that that child can overcome these areas. We also have another program called Project Second Chance, and we contract with the County of Los Angeles. So if a child is, whether they're arrested for graffiti, petty theft, whatever that issue is, they come into our program for 90 days. They complete that program, and so then the charges are dropped against them. If there's a victim, because we use restorative justice principles, if there's a victim, then that victim gets the right to confront that child. But 99% of the victims do not want to see that child become more familiar with the juvenile justice system. So that victim gets to be able to let that child know how they not only hurt the victim, but they hurt the community, they hurt themselves. So these are outstanding programs. And the one thing about it, as I've shared with you, Pastor Kenebrew, is that all these issues are the same issues we have here in California and across the nation.
Absolutely.
So if you can get funded here in Southern California, you can get funded in Northern California. You can get funded wherever you are.
Right.
But if you're willing to put the work in, and my famous phrase is sweat equity.
Yes, sir.
Not a magic bullet. It's not we're going to come out there with an open bank account. But if you're willing to put the sweat equity in, especially pastors, those in ministry, all the things you've been trying to do, PCS will give you a vehicle.
Wow. Wow. What an awesome opportunity. I'm telling you, these are many of these things I was doing by myself. And I can say fading fast and failing fast, because it's one thing to have an idea. It's another thing to have something in your heart. But sometimes you need somebody who's going to be that anchor, and they're going to be the vehicle. So we're not talking about something that we visualize and this is a vision and we are waiting for this to happen. We're saying duplicate and replicate what has already been effective and working. And so that's what we're doing in Altadena and Pasadena, the city of roses. Yes, we are duplicating and replicating what Bishop and PCS has already been doing successfully in Pomona. If you really want to do something great, you got to get with someone that's already doing something great. I believe this with all my heart. If you don't understand the purpose of a thing, you'll abuse it. And a lot of us, we don't understand the purpose of ministry. We don't understand the purpose of our journey. We don't understand the purpose of our plight. But many people, if they could just grab a hold of the fact that you may have did what they said that you've done, but you're not who they say that you are. And this is one of those things where we're turning things around. You can see it at the bottom of our screen. Our theme for the church is changing lives, touching hearts, and restoring hope. And when we talk about the programs that Bishop is presenting and what we're bringing to Altadena, it's restorative justice. It's saying that, listen, you may have been justice involved. You may have been impacted by the justice system, but where you began is not where you have to end. And don't let your right now be indicative of your later on. You can change and you can be better. And Bishop, I just want to thank you so much for joining us today. And I want to leave the people with this. Your present is pregnant with endless possibilities. You have positive potential power exuding out of you. With man, things may be impossible, but not with God. For with God, all things are possible. Bishop, is there anything else you would like to share with us?
Just remember, it's about ministry. I do not preach the gospel in services, but everybody knows I'm a pastor. Everybody knows that my church is going to be right there with whatever activity or event that we're doing. And for those of you who haven't figured out how to get into effective ministry, this is something that can help you help your community. Well, God bless you. Thank you so much, son, for allowing me these few minutes.
Thank you so much, Bishop. All right. I'll see you all Sunday morning. All right. Be blessed.